the adventure's coming along nicely, and so is the build.
Dude, I really like this mech. It's really cool. Adventures! Hey everybody, welcome back to KDM Adventures. My name's Colin, this is my dad, and today we are bringing you on another great adventure. And this adventure is...
Unboxing
Tuesday.
Awesome!
And if you don't know, we do all kinds of adventures. We do unboxing videos,
review videos,
play adventure,
travel adventures,
and much more.
And every experience is new because adventure is everywhere.
It doesn't matter what the adventure is, we do them all. And everywhere in the whole entire world.
And
right here.
And today we are working with
Lego.
And this is a new Ninjago mech at the time of this recording. And they have released some new Ninjago Legos and new mechs. So we were excited to pick this thing up. Kai's excited to get this thing built. And we are excited to show all of you guys what it looks like when it's done. Yes. And take you along the adventure of building it. Because that is one of the best parts about Legos. Building things. We love to build things, we love to do adventures, and this thing is both of those, so we're excited. And we also like Legos.
Yeah, let's get this up.
Well, first, let's show you guys what the box looks like. That's the front of the box right there. And that is the back of the box right there. This is the side and the other side. And then we have the
top. And
finally,
the bottom.
And if you guys noticed on the back, there's quite a few others that you can get. Check this out.
Well, there's two other ones that you can get. And since they're both kind of like the same pieces that you use, you can customize them.
And it kind of shows you a little bit about that right there on the back. We will go out adventuring to see if we can find the other two, so that way we can show you what those look like when they're built, and maybe change them around a little bit on a separate video, and also show you what they look like when they're combined.
Yes.
And it's really neat that you can kind of customize them, because that is one thing that's also great about Legos. That's also something that Kai really enjoys about Legos, is being able to create, use his imagination, and build his own thing.
Any idea is a good idea.
One cool thing about this one, though, is that you build them all, and then you can sort of take pieces from each one.
Yeah, you can like customize. You can like take pieces and just like clash them, and then you can make your own mech.
That would be nice, because it's always nice to have something unique and a little bit different.
Introducing the double-decker couch.
And this one is part number 71817, and it is called
Lloyd Elemental Power Mech.
So let's start building this, shall we?
Yeah.
So usually when we do Legos, we do a sort of rundown on what we get in the box. And then we do a little bit of a build session, stopping at roughly every 10 steps. You know, help?
Yeah.
So it does have these little finger tabs here, but you need adult fingers to get into them usually. And the bigger your thumb is, the better it opens. All right, there we go. Let's see what's in the box. Ooh, looks like we got some Lego parts. And some more Lego parts.
And last but not least, instructions.
And that's it. It doesn't look like there's a sticker pack, so we don't have to worry about the stickers.
Yeah.
We do have, how many bags we got here, Kai, my boy? We've got
3.
one. And finally,
3.
So we got 3 total bags in this mech. And it is also, how many pieces is this, Kai, my boy?
253.
The box. So we'll get rid of that. We don't really care much about the box. What we care about is what is inside the box and the adventure that it brings. Here's the instruction manual here. How many steps we got in here? Let's take a look. It is a 98-step book, which means it's quite a lot of building we gotta do. So let's get started, shall we? With these newer Legos, we always start with bag number 1, and then all the way up until the final one, and this Lego set it happens to be number 3. Kai's ripping open bag number 1. He's gonna dump the Legos out right here, so that way we can get a good sense of what pieces we gotta use and what we gotta build. The very first step in here is to build the guy. The minifigs are some of the best things about a lot of these Legos and Lego kits, because usually the Lego minifigs are unique to the kit. So we got 2 bags inside of bag number 1. One of them is the little pieces, one of them is the bigger pieces, and we're going to start with building Lloyd himself.
Yes. I was about to say that. The guy is Lloyd.
We need a head. We need a bandana. We need the top of his body, and
Ooh.
we need the bottom of his body. And then we'll put them all together. Looks like we need a couple of swords. I will grab those. Kai's going to build up Lloyd there, and then we are going to have a pretty cool green ninja.
Green Ninja's like the legendary
Legendary
ninja.
green ninja? I thought the red one was legendary ninja.
Because it's Kai.
Kai ninja. Ninja Kai.
Of all things, I do not know why they picked Kai for the fire ninja.
Well, because Kai, I think in Greek or Greece or the ancient Greek language means fire.
It does?
It does.
What?
But in Hawaiian it means
Ocean and sea.
that's right. Here's Lego Ninjago Lloyd from this kit. We'll give you a little spin around so you guys can kind of see him there up close. And we'll stick him right out there in the front. And we're on to step number 1. So we'll see you guys back at step number 10.
Alright, YouTube, we're at step 10, and here's how it looks so far.
Yeah, so we did that pretty quickly. This is step 10. This is roughly what it should look like around step 10. So if you have one of these mechs and you're adventuring with us with your mech, then that is roughly what you should have at step number 10. Now we're on to step number 11, so we will see you guys at
step 20. So here's how it looks at step 20.
And the project and the build and the adventure is coming along nicely. We are building Lloyd's mech here. He's pretty excited right there. He can't wait to have his mech all built so that way he can fly it or drive it or control it or whatever it is that he's going to do. We're not quite too sure exactly what his mech can do because we haven't got it built yet.
Yes.
So we are at step number 20 here. We will see you guys
At step number 30. Alright, YouTube, so we just got at step 30, and we have finished these two pieces.
And they get put together. But really quickly before we put them together, that is where we got one piece here. And this pretty much completes us for bag number 1. And this is the other piece here. So we're just going to snap these together. This piece right here snaps into the white piece on the front, which is the sort of socket for it. And Kai's going to snap those together. Boom! There they go. So that looks like his upper body possibly. And his torso maybe.
Yep.
How does that look right there, Kai, my boy? Let's take a look. Let's show YouTube what this looks like right here.
So that's like the body of the mech, and we just have to do the arms and the legs.
Check that out right there. So that's where we're at right now. Step number 30 and completing bag number 1. It's kind of neat how that worked out. 30 steps completes bag number 1.
So
and
that means
now,
there's 30 pieces in bag 1. Well,
not necessarily.
30.
There could be more than that because sometimes we put in a few pieces on each step. Now we're going to open up bag number 2. Here it is right here. We're going to rip this guy open. And we're going to see what else we get in there. If we get any other couple of bags that we need to open up.
I already see one.
You see one more? Okay, that's pretty good. So we got a pile of parts. Bag number 2's opened up. And this is also has one of these little bags here, which means it's got a few small parts in there as well. One thing that we got to make sure of is if you have a little brother or little sister, or if you're just joining us and enjoying the adventure, make sure that you keep the Lego pieces out of their mouths.
Yeah.
Try not to let them play with them because they are a choking hazard. And we don't want anybody to get hurt because that wouldn't be fun opening up your new toy, someone getting hurt.
Yes.
So we're on to step number 31 and bag number 2. We will see you guys at step number
40. Alright, YouTube, so we just got to 40, and we made whatever this is.
Yeah, we're not quite too sure what this is. I was guessing it was a leg while we were building it.
I was guessing it was an arm, but then I realized that the shape was kind of weird for a hand.
Yeah, so we think it's a leg. So we're going to snap this onto our body that we were building earlier from bag number 1, and we're going to see how this goes. It goes onto his left side, sort of, if you could say. And it does look like it is a leg. So that is where we're at step number 39, basically 40, because we're going to flip the page here, and we are going to start building probably
the other leg.
That sounds pretty good. So we'll see you guys
on step 50. YouTube, we're at step 50.
And 50 is a great place to be because that means we have now
created the other leg.
So we're going to snap that together right here. We're going to show you guys what the Lloyd mech looks like at this point in time. At step number 50, we're more than halfway done. Because if you recall, there was 89 steps, I think there
93.
was? 93 steps. Well, there you go. Kai has better memory than I do because I'm getting very old.
What?
And here we are. We got the Lloyd mech with his 2 legs on. So that's roughly what he looks like right about there. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the build and the adventure with this guy. We're going to set him over here and we're going to start step number 50 and we will see you guys
on step number 60.
Or if the bag runs out, we will see you guys at the end of the bag.
Yes.
Here we go.
Foot.
We got a foot! And we are now going to put Lloyd's mech's foot together. We're at step number 60 here, and we are excited because we're getting a lot closer to the end now, and we have a foot. So check out what Lloyd's mech looks like at this point in time. Step number 60, your mech should look roughly like that. He won't be able to stand because he only has 1 foot. He's just going to have to hopefully hobble along without his other foot. There he is right there, kind of hunched over. We are now working on step number 61 through 70. So we'll see you guys
on 70. Made another foot.
Yeah, so we were supposed to make 2 feet at the same time from steps number 51 through 60, I believe it was, and we didn't realize that. But when we flipped over the page, it said we were supposed to have 2. One thing I did notice in this instruction manual, which is kind of neat, is we have Lloyd down here.
Yeah.
And he's kind of walking along a little track along the bottom there. You see that? So he started over here on this side. I'll start on page 1 over here, and you can see where Lloyd is. He's way over here. And then as we flip the pages, he gets closer and closer to the other side in the end. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I've noticed that with a bunch of Lego sets that we've built. There is like the little minifig just walking along.
Walking along the bottom. Your progression is getting closer and closer to the end. So we're going to finish up the rest of this bag because there aren't too many pieces left, as you guys can see here. And we're going to see you guys at the end of bag number 2. And now our mech can stand. So that's a good sign. We're doing it right. And the adventure's coming along nicely. And so is the build.
Dude, I really like this mech. I really admire how tall it is.
Yeah?
Like, it's really cool.
It is cool. It is a very cool looking mech.
Alright, YouTube, so we just finished bag 2.
And that's what he looks like at bag number 2. He's got his helmet on right there. And we are at step number 64. And now we're on to bag number 3. That's what he looks like on up close there. And he's looking pretty cool. He's getting very close to being able to be powered or driven by Lloyd.
Standing by.
In bag number 2, we got another minifigure, by the way. We got this guy right here. I'm not quite too sure who he is or where he came from, but he is another minifigure that we got. And it looks like in bag number 3, we have another minifigure. So it looks like we get a total of 3 minifigures, which is pretty awesome because the minifigures, like we were saying a little bit earlier, are pretty fun. The minifigures are one of the best parts about getting some of these Legos. So we're going to build this minifigure real quick. We need a body. We need a sort of looks like maybe like some kind of sword holder pack. Did you see that? We need this kind of thing here.
Oh, yeah.
And that goes on the top of his neck.
Her.
Or her. Oh, it's a girl? Oh,
Yeah.
Her neck. And then we need her head to go on top of that. And then we need her legs. Legs would be good. Wouldn't be very good if you didn't have legs. It'd make it very difficult to get around. We are putting legs on her so she can get around well. We got a sword there. And we've got whatever her name is. I'm not quite too sure what her name is. Nia?
Yeah.
Oh, well, her name is Nia. So
Kai's
we got Nia.
sister.
Quarter mech. Ready and standing by.
Check that out right there. There's Nia right there. So we got Nia out front there. And we are now started with step number 65 and bag number 3, which will complete Lloyd's mech. And here we go. We'll see you guys.
I don't even know this is. It's an arm.
It has to be an arm because we put both legs on it, and unless he has 4 legs, it's gotta be an arm. So we got one arm pretty much completed here. It's not quite done yet, but we are at step number 70, so we stopped here, and this is what we got so far. We got this guy right here. It looks pretty cool. It's got some nice pieces to it there. It's got this kind of like armor coating over here, which is really neat. And that brings us to moving on to step number 71 through
80.
And we'll see you guys when we get to step number 80.
Yes. Bam. Arm.
And now we are going to finish up step number 80 by attaching his left arm to his mech. Check that out, YouTube. We're getting very close. We got 3 appendages on. We got 1 left arm and we got 2 legs. And it's starting to look pretty neat there. We got some lightning bolt looking like thing out the back there, which is really cool. And now we are going to start number 81 and all the way until 90. So we'll see you guys in a little bit here at step number 90. And I believe we will be building his other arm.
Yes. Final arm.
So we're at step number 96. We passed step number 90 because we were trying to make sure that we finished his arm. We're going to snap his right arm on at step number 96. And there he is. So he's got 2 arms and 2 legs, which is a good sign. It means he's getting close to being done.
Hit it!
What do you think about him, Kai?
It looks pretty cool.
He does look pretty cool. So this is what he looks like at step number 96. And he's very close to being done right there. We'll just give him a little spin around here so you guys can kind of see him all the way around. And we'll stick him out there in the front.
Oh boy.
He stands up pretty good. That's one thing that's nice about Legos is they generally stand up pretty good. Moving on to step number 97 here, which is not very many. We actually passed 93 steps. So I guess there's a little bit more than 93 steps. We're at step number 97. We're going to build his sword. We need this piece right here, that piece right there, this little piece right here, which goes into there. One of these guys, which goes onto the edge of his sword there. This is his smaller sword. This piece right here. And he holds this one in his right hand over here, and it snaps right into this little circle hole right there. So it will stay in his hand when he's doing some epic battling, and it looks like he's holding it right there, which is pretty neat. He's just got his big, huge sword. Actually, it's not his big one even. It's his sort of medium sword. It looks pretty big though, and there it is right there. And
but compared to a minifigure, it's gigantic.
It is gigantic. Moving on to the next step, and now we're going to build the big sword. And this piece, we need the blue piece for that. This special piece right here, this little charm looking like piece which goes on the bottom. You see that little charm right there? And we need this piece right here which goes right on the top. And look at this big huge sword. My goodness. Definitely would not want to get into a battle with this guy and this sword. And that also snaps right into that little hole like we showed you before. He's got 2 swords. One really big one and one big one.
I like him.
After we put his swords in, then it looks as though you can put Lloyd in there.
Ready and standing by.
And the cool thing, Lloyd's swords hold onto the mech, so when he's operating his mech, his swords have a place to go so they don't get lost. And when he hops out of his mech, he can just whip those swords right out and do an amazing battle with his ninja skills. Just like that. And fold him up in there. Close up the lid, and there he is, YouTube. There's Lloyd's mech in its final form.
Hit it!
All ready to go and do some battling. We don't have any other mechs at this moment in time, so we can't quite do any battling. And one more thing. Don't forget to hit that bell button down below so that way you'll know when we release our newest and latest adventures.
And don't forget to hit the like button down below and hit the subscribe button down below because those are both for free.
We will get the other 2 mechs. Stay tuned on that on the channel. And while you're staying tuned, make sure you click one of these other videos right here, you'd probably be interested in some more of our other adventures, especially if you enjoyed this adventure. And that brings us to the end of our adventure for today, YouTube. We enjoyed having you along.
We hope you enjoyed the adventure, and whatever your adventure may be, always remember to have fun and keep adventuring.
KDM Adventures. And we'll see you guys
on the next adventure.